Confirmed that an Atlanta police officer has been rushed to the hospital after a crash with cruiser also dealing with a house fire.
A lot to unpack here. Atlanta News First anchor Joe Gorcho just arrived where this is happening near North Avenue and James P. Brawley Drive. Joe, we know you're just getting there. What can you tell us about what you've seen so far?
Well, let me show you right now. So right now I'm sitting at an abandoned house, it appears, right behind me, but the accident that took place and the crash happened right over my shoulder here, right across the street from where you just mentioned. And what you see, as our photographer Josh is now slowly zooming in, you can see probably the Atlanta police cruiser that looks significantly damaged at the back of this home that was also on fire earlier this evening. You can see some of the charred pieces of wood. You can see like the dark color of the wood from what the fire took place earlier this evening, and you can probably see remnants of that damaged car as well. I had a chance about, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes ago to speak with the person who lives at that home where it looks like the cruiser crashed into the back there. Again, just what it appears. We have not been able to actually walk over and see for ourselves. This is about as close of a vantage point as we can get. But what the person who lives at the home told me is that he was sitting watching Monday Night Football when all of a sudden he just heard what sounded like a loud boom from the back of his house. It jolted him out of his seat. He ran outside, and then he said he saw that police cruiser in the back of his house and what he believed was smoke coming from the car. Now, someone else who lives about a block away, his name is David Pitts, just spoke with him a few moments ago. We'll hear from him later tonight. He did speak with us on camera, and he said he rushed over down the block after hearing what sounded like, from his vantage point, an explosion. He ran up and saw an officer in the front seat of that vehicle, and then he said that officer, as he approached the car, appeared to be unconscious. So he and the person who lives at the house worked together to get the officer out of the car, and that's when they say they saw flames started coming out of the car. They saw some gasoline, they said, around the car, and so they wanted to get the officer out as quickly as possible. They said the two of them together were able to get the officer out of the car, drag him to safety, and then they said it sounded just like an explosion go off, and then that's where the flames really erupted and the house caught on fire. Then we've seen this massive response. Now, everything I told you is just eyewitness testimony, right? We're still waiting to speak with authorities here. Atlanta police have only confirmed that an officer was injured in an accident that took place in this area, and then Atlanta Fire confirmed that there was a house that caught on fire, the one we just pointed to you, and that one person was injured. So those are the official details, and of course those anecdotes from the person that lives at the home and the person who also came in that he tells us he helped the officer get out of the car. Now, we're trying to work to corroborate all these stories at the same time, but certainly the officer, like you mentioned, Blair, at the beginning of this, has now been transported to Grady Memorial Hospital and being treated for their injuries at this time, and we're still working on more information about what led up to this police cruiser here behind me ending up in the back of this home, potentially being the cause of this house also catching on fire around the same time of this accident. Still working to put all the pieces together, Blair and Carly, but that's what we'll be trying to do over the course of the next hour or two, as police and fire are both beginning their investigation, certainly very early on at the time, considering the accident only happened within the last hour and a half or so. Blair, Carly, back to you.
Witnesses giving you a lot of great information. It is a lot to sort out there, Joe. We know you'll be updating that story here on air, but we'll also be updating it online for you as well tonight as well. DeKalb County